BKS presents You Can Draw with Stef Wilson and Kerry Ann.
You can draw. The kids can come in. It's all safe. Lewis will be kind of decent in comments. All right? Next week. This week, it is going to be Fred and Barney. The cool thing is, it shouldn't be really horribly complex. They're not horribly complex characters. So I'm hoping we're going to finish them and still have time to do like the bedrock houses and some of the trees.
Thanks, Lewis.
Maybe a dinosaur in the background. Okay? If you are getting out a piece of paper, what you're going to want to know, what you're going to want to do is, there we go. You need to be able to see what I'm doing, right?
Yeah, because my computer's froze again.
Let me get Barney. Well, I thought it would be cool for the kids too, because if the kids have seen Flintstones, then they will also know that they could have fun and add Dino in the front if they want to, or the mailbox, Fred Flintstone's mailbox. Like, you can add all kinds of fun details.
I like the cat.
So the thing with Fred and Barney is they're a take on the Honeymooners, of course. If you haven't figured that one out, right down to their accent. Okay, obviously.
Let me guess. We start with an oval.
I'm looking because I have two to draw here. So we're gonna start with Fred. We're gonna start over to the left-hand side of the page. You're gonna draw Fred here, and we're gonna draw Barney here. Okay. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna start with a nose for Fred, and Fred's nose is like an oval, but don't make it too round. So come over to make an oval, but then come down a little bit sharper, almost like a square, but then swing it around like an oval again. It's a weird shape. I do not know how to describe it otherwise. Okay? Now Fred, unlike Barney, and you'll see that when we go to draw Barney, give him an oval for an eye. Not big, not huge. He doesn't have a huge eye. And the other one, just put a little bit behind there. So have a little bit of the oval disappears. Can you see? Am I too small? I can't get the phone closer without the pencil whacking on the phone. So if you have to zoom in with your device, then do so. Because I can't really get any closer, otherwise whack into the phone. Okay, and so give him two pupils so you know where he's looking. He's looking towards you. So right down towards the bottom, left corner of the eye. And now he's looking towards you. All right, his forehead is a little swoop up. Just straight up. Put a little curve in it. Nothing crazy. All right? And to get the rest of his head, we're going to want to center where his head is. So this is his nose. Now he has a fat chin. So you're going to draw a line out. Like, come literally out. And then circle back in. It's okay. It looks very angular, but trust me, that's Fred Flintstone's chin. I'm not entirely sure why it's shaped like that. But it's his face, and it's what's very signature about him. So give me a little circle in here. Don't go crazy. It doesn't have to be a specific shape. This is actually his tie. We're going to come back and do that, but it interrupts his chin. Trust me, every reference picture I've seen, the chin line stops right at the tie, so we're going to do that.
Oh, he had no neck.
Yeah, no. Neither of them do. And Barney looks like a peanut M&M.
Poor Barney.
Well, I'm sorry. It just has that shape.
Wow,
Wait till you see.
my cat's
it's
fat.
like a minion.
Barney is an M&M.
All right, this is the rest of his tie, but also the bottom of his chin. So we're going to go straight across. Okay, we're going to go past where his eyes are. And we're going to probably stop right about there. Okay, this is going to be part of his tie again. It'll all make sense when we draw the tie in, but we want to get his face done first. So let's go straight up for the back of his head, okay? Give it a little curve, nothing crazy. Put an ear in. His ear is literally like an angle. Get a little bigger, but it's like that. It's just like a donk. Somebody went in with a pen and went donk, and that was his ear. It's supposed to be his ear. Now you know how we didn't finish off his nose? Start from where we didn't finish off his nose and go down. I think this is supposed to represent a lack of shaving. Like they're Neanderthals. 5 o'clock shadow maybe or something. I don't know. But for some reason there's a line on both of their faces to show that and their chin is usually a different color than the rest of their face. It might just be a cartoony thing. I don't know what the purpose behind it was, but it is definitely very Fred. Okay, from the bottom of his nose, we're going to do his mouth. Swoop out with a little crescent line towards that angle of his chin. And we're going to take a crescent and go straight back, okay? And we're going to go right back to that line we drew. Give him a little happy smiley crescent there. We're going to come down towards his chin and out past his tie and just come down a little bit. That's a Fred Flintstone mouth. It's actually a Warner Brothers mouth. You see it a lot in their characters, not just the characters in the Flintstones. Let's connect that mouth so it makes sense. Well, let's give him a little circle of a tongue. That's all Fred Flintstone has, his tongue. And so it all makes sense. Go ahead and drop some color in there if you want to, so you can see his open mouth. That's a Fred Flintstone mouth. Okay, Fred Flintstone has a high forehead. We're going to come up here and we're going to give him 2 up eyebrows. Now we're going to do Fred Flintstone hair. You ready? Swoop all the way back to that line we drew. And here's the funny thing. Their hair both is going to be exactly the same thing. Do 3 little half circles. 1, 2, 3, like that. I don't know what that's supposed to represent.
Cowlick?
Maybe. Then come straight back along the other line you did, but zig in and zig and zig. And Fred has black hair, so if you know, and that's the problem sometimes with these cartoon characters. Like, if you draw a cartoon character and there's parts of him, like Snoopy, and if you don't color his nose, it doesn't quite look like Snoopy because you're so used to seeing his nose. So you're so used to seeing Fred's black hair, so go ahead and put the black hair in, and now you got Fred Flintstone. His face.
Mine does not look like Fred Flintstone.
His nose could probably be a bit bigger, but... So if you drew a bigger nose, you're ahead of me on this one, all right? All right, his tie is just a raggedy piece of cloth. This is the fun part. This is where we get to draw ziggles. See, just some ziggles. Doesn't matter what you do with them. His tie is actually like a tattered thing of ziggles. It's actually blue, I think. All right. Yeah, my characters, I got to stop drawing sideways. They're all to the side, but that's all right. We're going to straighten them out a bit with this. Here's the shoulder of his outfit, okay? Now, his outfit is just as tattered as the rest of it. So that's his sleeve. He has no sleeves to his outfit. All right? And we're going to do an arm. And this is the easiest arm to do in comics, trust me. Well, in animation type art. Go straight out for an elbow. Come back in. Okay? And then, same thing from here. Go down. Go down. And now we get to his hand. And watch how we do his hand. This is cartoon hand. Back, sausage, sausage, sausage. And his hand really is like that. It's like 3 little swoops when he's in that pose. Nothing fancy about it. What's cool is now that we've put the arm in and we've got the costume here, okay? From the hand, go down a little bit. And now give me some nice up and down zigzags. This is the bottom of his outfit. All right? And then the swoop up. He's not as fat as I remembered in the cartoons, but he's there. He's not as fat as my cat, apparently. Fred Flintstone's got to have a couple of little black marks in his outfit to represent animal print or whatever it's supposed to be. Okay? Now, leg down, foot, round thing for a toe. I am not as bad as my Fred Flintstone is. This is as bad as he is in the cartoon. That is his leg and his foot. It ain't very sophisticated. They actually give him an ankle. I don't know why they bothered. And here's the thing. Fred Flintstone and Barney always stand with their feet apart. Because every time you see them standing, you see the same and I guess it was the style. Move. Yeah. And it's the same style. Their feet look terrible. They're just like sideways feet. Like there's no positioning whatsoever. I think his forehead's a little tall, but that's all right. He looks like it. Now, we're going to have them with their arms on each other's shoulder, but now we got to draw Barney. Now, first thing about Barney, and this is where you get drawing techniques and things, First thing about Barney is he's going to be smaller. So when we start Barney, we want to start him down a little bit lower. And the more you draw, the more comfortable you'll be like, oh, well, I'll put his nose here, and you'll end up where you have to be. When you first start drawing, what'll happen is you'll put his nose here, and his feet will end up way below Fred, so it won't come out quite. But you pick it up as you go. So we're going to center our drawing by giving Barney a nose. Now, here's Fred's nose. So let's come over, and let's go down and say right about here, right about tie level, maybe a little bit above it. Yeah, right around the tie level. Give me a round oval that's not closed at the top. For some reason, Barney's nose is not closed at the top. Kind of like Fred's isn't closed here either. Okay? And then let's put his eyes in there so we can start to see. I like putting the eyes or the other features in. Barney has 2 black snowman eyes, like coal snowman, black. Fred has the big open eyes. I guess it's just a character difference with the way their personality is. Let's give him 2 eyebrows.
Said, hey, it's the guy from the cereal.
Who? Oh.
From Fruity Pebbles.
Yes.
Right? Fruity Pebbles?
Fruity Pebbles. And Cocoa Pebbles. I think they were both.
Yeah.
I never had Fruity Pebbles.
Oh, it's my favorite. We've had this conversation before.
All right. From the middle of Barney's nose, give me a little round line down. Don't go too far. Just about to there. This is that chin area I was talking about. And if you don't put these lines in, it won't look like the characters. So same thing here. We're going to come down about there. We're going to end up putting his outfit in here. But first, let's do one of these crazy Warner Brother mouths again. So from the nose, go out a little bit. Circle across with a crescent. Give him a little smile. Go parallel to your crescent again. Come down a little bit. Give him an inside mouth. He has Fred's mouth, just in reverse. Even though he's full on, which is rather interesting. And then go ahead and color it in so you can see that he has an open mouth. And it's rather interesting that he has exactly the same mouth as Fred. Even when he's standing facing you, as opposed to Fred turned to the side. Yeah, Warner Brothers, you know, they could do no wrong. All right, to position our Barney here, let's give him a collar. Because his collar comes right up to his chin. It's kind of funny. It comes down in a V like this, and it goes up, and it comes out this way. Now we're positioning Barney in his outfit and where he's standing. And the tie on his little outfit is an X. Just a drawn X. Nothing fancier than that. Now, from the edge of his outfit, we're going to do his head. Wait till you see this. This is going to be fun. We're going to go up and get a little bit narrower up towards the top. I'm telling you, he's a peanut. So when you come up, though, when you just get past his nose, I want you to pause for a moment and literally put a triangle in there and go up. That's Barney's ear. And on the other side, we're going to do the same thing. When you get to that point where you had that triangle on that side, put another one on this side. He literally has 2 pointy triangles. Pretty much like Fred does in this drawing, in this side of the drawing. You see how Fred has a triangle. Well, on Barney, the triangles are on either side of his head. The interesting thing is if you see Barney turn to the side, he's still poke out. Maybe he's supposed to have pointier ears. He doesn't get the side effect that Fred does. And that's just an art choice. Okay, Barney has the same hair as Fred, but not as much up top. Okay, and what I mean by that is there's not going to be a second line. 3 little lumps. Okay, and then swoop across. When was this cartoon from? Was it the 60s or the 70s?
60s.
60s, right?
60s.
That might explain the hair that we're drawing here. Why the hair seems strange to us. Okay, and he has 2 spikes on the top of his 2 little flyaways.
Mine are not good tonight. Apparently, I'm not a Hanna-Barbera or whatever. This was Hanna-Barbera?
Yeah, and it's not easy because it has to come out looking something like him. Here we go. Here's the rest of the peanut. Zigzags across the bottom. Barney's basically wearing a potato sack. All right? Nothing fancier than that. And now you're going to come up, but don't go all the way. Just stop about there. We got to put his arm in. But you can now see his shape.
I can hear the voices, right?
Hey, Fred. Actually, that sounded more like Yogi Bear.
That did sound like Yogi Bear. I was waiting.
How does my Barney sound like Yogi Bear? Well, then what does Barney sound like? All right, everybody do Barney in your head. See if you can visually...
Well,
Hey, Fred. Hey, Fred.
He had a really deep voice,
He had a, hey, Fred. He had like a... Yeah, that's
It was
true.
the same person who did Yogi Bear.
Probably. Yogi might have been a little deeper.
All
Barney's supposed to sound like
All I can hear is
Norton.
boo-boo now
Right.
when you say that.
Sorry. Hey, boo. Barney's feet. Can you do Barney's feet? They look just like Fred's feet. Let's do Fred feet.
Well, I didn't do Fred's feet that well, so...
Well, then that's going to represent a problem. 1 toe, 2 toe, 3 toe. Guys, I know I make you draw toes like this, like when we do a cat or a dog or something, because they're really easy. I am telling you, go back and look at the cartoon. There is no sophistication to this cartoon whatsoever, which is fine. That was the time period, and you know, you don't need it. It's the Flintstones. These feet are for driving cars. You know what I mean? That's how they
Well, they
got
didn't
around.
drive cars. They ran them.
That's what I mean. So you had to use your foot power. So maybe that's why their feet are so simple and ugly. And again, they put the ankles on there. Like, really? That was the detail? You know, it's like Warner Brothers was saying, I'm not getting the character. I'm not feeling it. Well, let me put a little triangle for an ankle. Oh, now it's good. Let's go with it. This is a cartoon.
Hanna-Barbera. No.
Hanna-Barbera.
Yeah, okay.
Right? What do I keep saying? Warner Brothers?
Warner Brothers.
Yeah. Oh, God. Hanna-Barbera. Guys, if you ever get a change... Triangles there. Sorry, I wasn't explaining. That's Barney's arm, and then that's Fred's arm behind him, because they're putting their hand on each other's shoulder. Because they're buddies. Yeah, if you guys... We're going to do the side of his outfit. This is his sleeve. We're putting it right in the middle. Trust me, the outfit comes down. I don't know why it does that, but we're doing that. We're just doing a couple zags, like his costume here. Just rough. All right, we're going to come straight out like a little line. Thumb. And again, this is not me simplifying it. This is Hanna-Barbera at its finest. 2, 3. We always talk about 3 cartoon fingers. 3 sausages. And then bring his arm back into his outfit. Okay, and that's the hole in his outfit. Now you just have to connect that with that. And you have Barney. Okay. Now, you want to do some background here, right, guys? You want to do some fun things. You could put a pterodactyl up in the air or whatever. What we're going to do is we're going to do a Fred and Barney house, okay? Just give me a curved line like this. This is going to represent the roof. Interesting thing, all the houses, because of the time period the cartoon was made, they all have this, like, slab rock roof.
Well, yeah, from the quarry.
But also mid-century modern.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, that was because of the
it's
time
all
period.
flat roofed structures. You don't see any peaked roofs.
Yeah.
If it was the time period, you would have seen peaked roofs. Okay, so give it a doorknob so you know it's a door. So it's very easy to draw rock houses. Grass is just wiggly lines, okay? So like that. Now, let's draw a brontosaurus. Well, let's give him some jungle, because there's always some jungle in there. So palm trees are basically little propeller-type shapes. They can be pointy-leafed. For something like this, I'll usually just do a more straight leaf. Okay, so you get the effect. If you do pointy leaves, it ends up looking like a flower or a star or something like that. But what we want to do is we want to create a palm tree just off to the side, which is just some wiggly bark and some leaves. So we got something for the brontosaurus to look out from, okay? Let's give him a brontosaurus face by giving him a big... Okay, that's his nose. Then give him a head. And then come down this way. Now, brontosauruses did not actually have little thingies across their head. But on the Flintstones, they do. Because every dinosaur does in cartoons. Let's do part of an oval and another oval. Can you see my result? Yeah, good. We're still on camera. Let's have them looking at you. And that means putting this one there and that one in the middle. Okay, when you want the character to look at you, always put one close to the middle and the other one dead in the
Mike
center.
says we can't see the edge of the house.
Oops, sorry. Here's the edge of the house. I didn't get fancy. We could put a window in. Let's put a window in. Since we're on the edge of the house. We'll come back to the brontosaurus. Let's put a window in. Okay. Now, all bedrock houses look like thick pieces of rock. So you put that second thing in there to show that there's a width to the house. Okay. Now, my brontosaurus does not look like a Fred Flintstone brontosaurus, but I did not have a reference picture. So let's go up and give him a mouth. This is more of a kid's version of a brontosaurus.
It's okay. That's what I'm doing good on.
And let's give him a tongue. This is my version of a brontosaurus, not the Fred Flintstone
Of course,
version.
my brontosaurus looks like he's eating. So does yours. You're going to eat Barney.
Yeah, pretty much. He's licking Barney's head. So if you feel so inclined, look up Dino, put Dino in the picture, or Bam Bam, or something like that. Okay.
This is what happens when Fred drinks.
You can add some more palm trees. Palm trees are very easy if you want to do background palm trees.
Hi, Wendy.
Hi, Wendy. Okay? Hey, it's about having fun with it, not how it
I had
comes
so
out.
much fun. I love doing it.
It
so.
was a bit of a challenge, but it was fun. So if your Fred and your Barney don't look like these guys, just
I can't
snap
wait.
a picture now and then go back and play with it. Like now you have a guide. Right here's your guide. Snap a picture of it and then save it. And then okay?
Thank you so much for drawing and watching with us. Please like, comment, and share if you had fun.